Hi everyone, Shane Monroe here today, supplied by the manufacturer in exchange for an honest review, not a compensated endorsement. I was sent over this pair of TrueFree earbuds. Now, I know it doesn't look like much from the outside, but when you open up the top, you see something just a little bit different. Now, I had never seen these before. My wife says her students have these all the time in high school, but these are clip-ons. You clip them onto your ear, and these drivers fire downward into the ear canal. So you're not actually shoving anything into your ear. It's projecting the sound into it while remaining clipped to your ear. Now, I'm pretty particular about my earbuds. I like the direct in the ear so that it counters the noise and all that good stuff. There's a lot of people out there. I've got a good friend, Javier. My wife, she cannot stand anything in her ear. So I saw these and I thought, you know what? I've reviewed headphones before, but maybe my wife could give me sort of a unique look at these. And maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to pair it up with my Steam Deck and have low latency so I can play Overwatch on my other Twitch shooters without a lot of lag and getting sniped because I didn't hear Widowmaker's call out. So these are pretty neat. The case itself, there's not a ton to see here. They are marked right and left. They have these little indents where they charge. This is not wireless. That's one point against it. It is USB-C, so it gets half that point back. And, you know, it does, well, it flips open pretty easy, but you have to kind of work on it. I don't think you would accidentally open this and it'd be fine. Yeah, and so you can charge this and this will charge these. Pretty neat. They're very attractive looking. I like these. I think they're a little bit different. And I like different. I like to see something different than some white pegs sticking out of people's heads, right? So let's talk about these things. Well, they're Bluetooth, obviously. They're Bluetooth 5.4. The listing says you'll get 25 hours total playtime with these guys between the earbuds and the case. That's long enough for a flight to London, so you should be okay. And yeah, it promises rich immersive sound, you know, all the standard bullet points that you see on these things. And you'll probably see some of these on the screen as we're doing this chatting. But let's talk about the two things that are the most important, the comfort and the sound quality. So the comfort is actually totally amazing. It literally does just clip on your ear. I'm going to clip it on my ear real quick, give you a look-see. They clip on. They're right here around this area, so they're very comfortable. And in fact, you can't even really feel them. And that's what we're looking for. We want to not feel these things if we're going to wear them all day long. Comfort-wise, these guys are good to go. No problems there. They seem to stay on, although I haven't gone running or working out with these yet, but based on how they feel on my ear, I don't think they're going to go anywhere. The other thing, of course, is the sound quality. Now, listen, you're not going to get mega bass with these guys, and you know, they're very good clarity, especially in the mids and the highs. They sound great. You're fooling yourself if you think you're going to get good bass out of these sort of little earbuds. So that's sort of the long and short of it. Now, there are a couple things we do have to talk about, unfortunately. Let's go over some of the pros. And they're earbuds, folks. You put them in and you play music with them. The only thing we really need to test is their latency with the Steam Deck, and we need to go over some pros and cons. So let's do the pros and cons for those of you who don't own Steam Decks and you don't care about the latency on the Steam Deck. Let's talk about some of these if we could. So these things are about 35 bucks with a coupon. So they don't break the bank. They're comfortable. You could probably wear them all day. They've got good sound quality. You gotta put up with the lack of bass a little bit. That's just the way it is. And they're lightweight. I think most people would dig these if you can get down with clipping it to your ear. But it's gonna take some getting used to, right? I really like them. I think they're stylish. I think they're cool looking. I think they're different. And to me, that's a huge plus. Now let's talk about a couple of the cons. So obviously you're gonna have to get used to them, right? No charging, no wireless charging. I know that sounds crazy, but I wirelessly charge everything, and to have anything that does not wirelessly charge, it just makes me grumble a little bit. Your mileage may vary, of course. The one other thing that's not a deal killer, but it's gonna make you think twice, especially if you never plan on pairing these up to your mobile device. In order to get the low latency mode to play on the Steam Deck, you need to go into gaming mode. Now, on almost every pair of these, it's triple tap on the left side or the left earbud. Unfortunately, out of the factory, you can't get to gaming mode without using the app at least once. And you're gonna have to use your mobile device, your phone, probably a tablet would do. Any sort of Android device would probably do it as long as you can install their app. So things like the Hibi 3 M300 or other various Android players could probably substitute. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Now I've already got these things paired, so they should just connect by themselves. You can see here, I'll go ahead and force them to connect. And good. Now you're probably gonna ask also, what's the microphone quality sound like? Does it sound good as a phone communications microphone? The answer is yes. My son and my wife both gave it their blessing, and I agree. So now that you've got them connected, now you've got to go to the app. This is a real shame, and I'm going to recommend to the manufacturer that they have game mode be a default setting. All right, so there's freaking cat hair everywhere. Okay, so we'll skip and connect. Okay, so they're already connected by Bluetooth. There shouldn't be any problems here. All right, bing, you got them. Now, this is actually remarkably decent. I mean, if you've ever used the Samsung wearable app or something like that, it's fairly powerful, and so is this. And this is a really big plus, provided you're okay with needing, not wanting, but needing an app to do a few things with this. Now you can see you can turn gaming mode on and off from here. That's great, but how do you do it from the device? Because you don't want to have to come over and hook it to your phone so that you can play it on your Steam Deck. So you can go in here and do custom touches. So here is, now, first of all, you gotta love some of the translations here. Click, double click, and 3 blows. Yeah, you might want to make that triple click. But you can see I've programmed the left triple click to be gaming mode. It does not default to that. So yeah, that is a problem. So you do need to set it once. Once you've set it, it'll store them, as you can see here, and then you don't have to use the app ever again if you don't want to. There are things like presets, right? So you've got some preset stuff. Bass enhance and bass, okay, never mind. You can try it if you like, but I don't think you'll be super excited about it. And then there is a customize where you can sort of make your own settings. Again, if you crank all the bass up and the treble down, it still doesn't help. But listen, it's $34, right? And then you have something that's kind of cool called adaptive. Now, you actually do a test with your ears and these devices, and they'll play tones for you, sort of like you're having a hearing test. And you'll click something when you hear a tone. That develops a custom to you adaptive equalizer. Does it help? Maybe. It wasn't jumping for joy after I heard it, but I mean, listen, it's a neat little feature. There's some more functions here. You can do movie mode. I don't know quite what the drainage function is, but whatever you do, don't have that in your ears when you hit the drainage function. You're not gonna be able to hear it down there. Hear it? Imagine having those in your ears when that happens. There should be a warning here or something. That's something else the manufacturer should take a look at. Drainage function. I guess that's to shake water out of it, right? I'm assuming, but Lord have mercy. You do have a find, which is, okay. And your location function's not enabled, blah, blah, blah. But you can ring it left and right. You hear that? Man, it's better than nothing, I'll tell you that. And yeah, so that's kind of it for the app. The biggest thing I wanted to talk about was, one more thing. Customize the tone prompts. When it talks to you from inside here, it gives you voice things. You can actually adjust that. Thank you. That was very nice of them. And of course, you can do disable touch because this is funny, but once it's clipped onto your ear, and you're messing around, let me see, where's the driver at? Okay, so the driver's on the inside. So while this is sitting against your head on your ear, I'm gonna make my ear, try to make that work. Sometimes when you you go to tap. Sometimes when you turn your head really far, your ear will bump up against your neck and it will simulate a click. So sometimes, so let me put this on. Sometimes when you turn your head all the way to the side, the back side of this will touch the back of your neck, which will simulate a click. That will eventually piss you off because you're skipping tracks and you don't mean to skip tracks or whatever. That'll bother you. That's why that disable is there. It took me a while to figure that out. Once all of a sudden I started skipping tracks and had no freaking clue what was going on. Now I know. So that's why there's a disable touch if you want to make sure that you have an experience like that. So that's it. So once you're all hooked up, then you can go into gaming mode by tapping the headphone appropriately for the way that you have it set up. So now what we really need to do, of course, is we need to test our latency, right? So to do that, of course, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to take off this little mouth thingy here. I'm going to put the driver right up to this microphone. I know this is going to be a little quiet over here. All right, I had to change over to my OLED because I did not have Overwatch installed on the other one and I didn't want to wait all night to do that. So I've already paired us up. We're all good here. I did want you to hear, again, normal mode first. There's a lag, right? You can tell there's a lag. Let me put it into gaming mode. All right, so now let's listen again. Hopefully you can hear this. Definitely a lot less lag, right? I mean, you can hear it. That's a good thing. Let's get into Overwatch and see if we can still hear it there as well. All right, we're going to do our standard test. We're going to go to the practice range. And we'll use a hit scan guy like Soldier.
Every soldier needs a cause.
So let's check out how this sounds. I hit the button. The sound echoes. The sound reports. This is what I would expect it to be.
Not good enough.
Now, let's put it back into normal mode. Okay, now we're at normal mode. We're going to try this again. Let's go with the other guy this time. Oh my God. That's a lot of lag. Get your butt shot off with that lag. So gaming mode was definitely okay. So what can I tell you? In low latency mode or in gaming mode, these guys work absolutely great on the Steam Deck. They're comfortable. You can wear them long periods of time while you're playing. Good stuff. Well, listen, I'll throw the pros and cons up on the screen one more time so you have sort of a last minute look at these little guys. Again, about 35 bucks on Amazon. Again, I was sent these free of charge, no expectation, no compensation. This review is my own, and these are really, really neat little guys. I think you'll enjoy them. Well, listen, if you like what we're doing here, like, subscribe, hit the bell. You guys know what to do. I'm Shane R. Monroe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.